So, just got back from my workout at the gym. Did some shoulders. Uh, Feeling pretty good. I got a really good workout today. But thought I would take this time to go ahead and talk about why I went vegan, which isn't something I've gotten to talk about with anyone on the page. I'm talking about the vegan club that at Texas State that I'm making some of these videos for. And so yeah, basically, let's see, was it sophomore year or junior year of high school? I went vegetarian. Funny reason, kind of. It was for the animals, but I listened to the Smiths a lot, and all you hipster cool people. Um, the lead singer Morrissey is he's vegetarian. He just went vegan, which is weird, but he was very against killing animals for meat, and I really liked him. I was like, oh, what's this cool guy got to say? And I listened to the song "Me Is Murder" a lot, which I never connected. It never made sense. I was just like, this is a fine song, but I don't get it. And watched some of the videos, like the "Meet Your Meat" was a big one. But yeah, I was just like, oh, I didn't know that's where it came from. That's really messed up. And, you just get really sad about seeing animals treated that way. Um, that's the reason we're all vegan in this club. I'm pretty sure, or health reasons, but, gotta care for the animals. But, so yeah, I was vegetarian for a few months, not a year, but a few months before I switched to vegan, or being plant-based, same thing. Um, and I went vegan more for health because I just was like, why am I eating dairy and eggs and cheese when it's all like saturated fat and it's just gross and makes me feel gross. And I cut that out. And when I cut that out, like all my acne went away. I had a ton of acne through high school. People had it way worse than me, so it's not like, oh, pity me. But when I took out dairy, cheese, could have been the eggs, I don't know. But when I took out milk-based products, my acne just went away. And if I get a pimple, it's like rare and it's nothing and it goes away in a minute. So that's a good reason to go vegan. I mean, please do it for the animals, but vanity. But yeah, I went for health, and it wasn't until later I realized how bad the dairy egg industries were, and how like I consider personally, if you are vegetarian and you don't know why you should go vegan, if it's just for health, or if people or vegans are just extreme, so we go, I'm gonna take it one step further and be super vegetarian. That's not that. It's if it's not health, it's because those industries are more, I consider them torture versus murder. So with meat, they're raised to die, and even if it's ethically, they die one day. But with um, dairy and eggs, it's a lifelong process. You're living to produce something, and what you're producing, is business, and you're locked in a cage, and all it is torture and suffering for no reason other than food. We cage sentient beings so that we can eat something that kills us, something that has been shown cholesterol, saturated fat, things to cause heart disease and harm our bodies. We harm creatures to harm our bodies. There's no point. Um, but yeah, it wasn't until later I realized that. I was like, well, I'm glad I am. I wish I knew that, and that would have made it easier to go, because cheese was hard to give up for me, like it is for everybody. But when I realized that, I was like, oh, wow, I wish I had gone sooner. Um, but yeah, the thing that I tell people, usually it's people who are already vegan, because they're the only people I'm going to talk to this about. But if I had the choice between telling someone to quit meat or quit dairy and eggs for health and for cruelty, which is why this movement exists for the most part. The vegan movement is I would tell them to quit dairy and eggs before they quit meat. Yep. And you might be like, well, they're murdering animals. Yeah, we know this, but I'd rather myself. Okay, I'd rather myself die. Oh, I'd rather die than live a life in chains, in a cage, tortured, see my calf taken from me, multiple calves taken from me my entire life. Because you know how you get milk, right? You know how you keep producing milk from a cow. It's the same as a mother, like a human, is you have to keep getting pregnant. They don't just produce milk. I mean, that's not what they're for. They don't just produce milk. If you want a human woman to produce milk, she has to be pregnant. So what do you do if you want a human woman to keep producing milk? You keep getting her pregnant. In the case of cows, it's prodding with a really long pole to inseminate them. You can call it rape. I call it rape. They scream a lot. They scream when their calves are taken from them. They scream just out of sadness. And you can look it up. Don't listen to me. Go look it up. The videos are there. They exist. I just choose to watch them. But anyway, yeah, I'd rather be murdered somewhere into my life than live until I'm useless, until my body gives out like a cow, and then sell it for cheap meat at McDonald's. So that's what all they do. As soon as that milk cow gives out, it's just slaughtered for meat. And I just think that's cruel. And I think that's wrong. And it's debatable. And I might post this to my Facebook page, my actual page, because people don't know and people don't care. And I'm tired of arguing with people whether they think it's right or wrong. Do you think murder is right or wrong? Do you think if an animal screams and feels pain and we induce it on them, do you think that's okay? And if you say no and you still eat meat, you're a joke. So, someone's knocking at the door. Front door, not me. But, yeah, so that's why I went vegan. And I told you why I went vegetarian. But, you know, we can talk about the environment all we want. There's a lot of evidence that people in my living room, there's a lot of evidence that shows a connection with climate change and animal agriculture. But I'm not going to talk about that. That's not why you need to go vegan. That's a fine reason. But the most sustainable way to go vegan, the way that most people stay vegan and like a plant-based lifestyle, is for the animals. If you go for your diet, for your health, I mean, to you it's a fad. To you it's Atkins, paleo, it's I do this and I get thin. And the minute you don't, after 2 weeks, you're like, oh yeah, I tried that vegan thing, I tried that vegetarian thing, and it just didn't work for me. And then it's just a joke. And then you tell your friends, oh, I went vegan once and it didn't, my friend went vegetarian, let alone vegan, and he was unhealthy. Which is another thing to talk about, is vegetarian diets are very unhealthy. Like I said, I would recommend quitting dairy and eggs before meat, also for health reasons, because when you take out meat, it's a small source of iron. It's heme iron, so it's not absorbed into your body properly, but it's, you know, what doctors will tell you to have if you're anemic, which is bogus. Eat rice, eat grains with iron. But because when people replace what used to be meat, it's usually like yogurt and cheese and cheesy bread, because they don't know what to eat. So they just use what they have left and limit their diet instead of exposing it to, you know, plant-based options. But yeah, for health, I would definitely just keep the meat. I lost where I was going with this, but anyway, yeah, go vegan for the animals. Do your research. I tell people all the time what I think. It's time for you to look it up yourself. Stare yourself in the mirror and say, do I want to be a part of this? Do I want to live 100 years tops, which is a small amount of time, and contribute to murder? Because I consider you harming an animal, killing an animal, murder. Do you think that's okay? Ask yourself that. If it bleeds, is it okay to do it? If it screams, is it okay to do it? I don't need you to argue hunting. I don't need you to argue survival. When was the last time you had to survive? I haven't. I'm in an apartment right now. With a roof over my head. I go to the grocery store. You go to a grocery store to buy your meat. You're not surviving. So just stop the excuses. I didn't mean for it to get so serious, but when I rant, it's something passionate. It's something I believe in. And veganism is something I believe in. A plant-based. If you don't like vegan, because that word is annoying. I heard it my whole life, and I was just like, vegans. And it's so annoying. Then plant-based. Because you get your nutrients and your calories and your food intake from plants. You know, grains, oats. Well, it's an oat. Legumes, beans, rice, fruit, vegetables. I'm a little tired because I just worked out, so I'm just like out of it. But it's a plant-based diet. People are fighting in my living room, so that's fun. That's annoying. But yeah, anyway, call it what you want. If I can just reduce the amount of suffering in the world, I think that's okay. And that's what I'll do my best at, and yeah. I thought this video was like 30 minutes. It's only 12 minutes right now, so I might keep talking. But if you ever in doubt, if you're ever like, I highly doubt what Cole, Brandon, whatever you call me, wherever you are, I doubt what he's talking about. Look it up. It's a thing. We can debate nutrition all you want, and I'm not trying to win that argument. I'm trying to tell you that it's wrong to kill an animal when you don't have to. And in the way we're doing it, it's undebatable the animals are sentient. It's not debatable that they feel pain. It's not debatable that we're causing so much suffering for no reason. You know? But yeah. Everyone's always like, why'd you go vegan? And I never give an actual answer because I don't want to argue. I'm not one of those vegans that do exist. And, power to them, I guess, that comment on everyone's picture and have to talk about everything, and just be like, you monster. If I see someone, eating a steak, I just go, not what I do, I don't sit around and stew on it. I don't care. But I post stuff. It's just information, take it or leave it. I could care less at this point, but basically I'm just trying to help you, help animals. I don't have much hate in my heart for anybody. You don't have to be vegan for me to like you. Most of my friends aren't. But it would go a long way for you to look into it. But, this is for the vegan club of Texas State, so I don't know why I'm convincing you, but, that's why I'm vegan. That's why I'm in this group. That's why I'm making videos, is to show people that it's a sustainable lifestyle. You can do anything you want to do. They're vegan athletes. They're vegan triathletes. My favorite's Rich Roll. If you know him, if you don't, he's amazing. They're vegan UFC fighters. My favorite, two, I know, Nick and Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz just beat Conor McGregor, which I like Conor McGregor too. But a vegan beat a paleo diet following person. He follows the paleo diet. Um, and, you know, we're breaking stereotypes. They're vegan athletes. There's a vegan football player. He's a huge black gentleman. I don't know his name, but I wish I did. But he, just look it up. Just vegan football player. It's like in the NFL. But yeah, what other sports are we in? We're in other things. But yeah, Mac Danzig is one of my favorite UFC fighters, and he's retired. But look him up. Dude's jacked. Good looking dude, like jacked. Look up some of his highlights. He's a beast, and he's vegan, and he went for health. You know, he shares some of the anti-animal agriculture opinions, but yeah, he went for health, and that's fine because it's working for him, and he stuck with it. So, but yeah, Nick and Nate Diaz cleaning up as vegans, so that's not an excuse. They're vegan free runners, you know, like parkour. Tim Chaffee, Tim Chaffee, yeah, is a vegan free runner, and he's amazing, in great shape. Look up all these people. There's vegan powerlifters. I should have written these down, but I didn't think I was going to talk about this. Look up vegan powerlifter, and it should bring up this big dude. I wish I knew his name. I'll look it up. I'm not editing any of these videos, so it doesn't matter if I look something up. But yeah, and there's vegan bodybuilders. The Mr. Universe just went vegan like a year ago, and he's still in the same shape as always. So, oh, it's a different name. Oh, Patrick Baboumian. Yeah, look him up. He has a few world records since being a vegan too. Incredible guy. But, you know, if you have questions, ask me. You know, you don't have to comment on my video. You don't have to talk to me on Facebook in front of people. You can message me. I'm not gonna say, look who decided to stop by, everybody. I'm just gonna answer questions. I mean, I train, I work out, I'm in decent shape, so your fitness shouldn't be a concern. But anyway, where are we at this video? Because this is kind of just a live. Well, it's not live, but you know, candid video. I'll probably stop at like 25 minutes, but it's at 17, so I'll keep talking. But yeah, vegans are normal people. Normal people. We're not better than anybody. We're not superior in any way. I personally think that the diet is more healthful than the average American diet. So the standard American diet, which is SAD, you know, the acronym is SAD, just convenient and annoying when people say it a lot. But that started hurting. And I do think it's less cruel. But does that make us better people? No. No. You know, that's not why we're doing it. If that's why you're doing I need to sit up. If that's why you're doing the vegan diet, then that's not a good reason. Any reason to be vegan, as long as you stay vegan and follow, you know, avoid what you're supposed to avoid and whatnot, is a fine reason, but it shouldn't be to feel superior. You shouldn't be like, well, hey, I'm vegan. No one cares. And if that piques someone's interest, cool. But you shouldn't need it for your vanity. Don't do it to be different. There's millions of vegans. Don't do it to be, you know, an outlier. Just do it for the animals. Do it for your health. There are many reasons. Pick one. Yeah. Sorry, there's a note right there that's flopping. That's my schedule. That's how I remind myself to do small things. But, you know, so much to talk about. I'll keep making videos about these subjects. I might post them on my Facebook occasionally. I might not. You can go to the channel. I think I will post this one, even though people are gonna be annoyed. But I will post this one, and from there, people know where my channel is. If they want to see it, they can go, and then I'll post the occasional video that I feel is appropriate. I'm not just gonna flood your anyone's feed with my vegan nonsense like I already do. You don't need one more thing. But yeah, and to those who encourage my posts, my PETA posts and my vegan nonsense, like some of my gym friends, a lot of friends that are like, keep doing it. It's like, thank you. They're not vegan, and I don't know if they ever will, but it's cool that they're interested and that they don't judge me for just sharing an opinion and part of my lifestyle. So thank you. I wanted to say that. There's no hate in this video. There's no hate in my heart. I know I post a lot. Let me explain that too. I know I post a lot of things that are just like animals in horrible situations. And it's like, wow, you must be super depressed. No, it's out there and I don't like it. So I'm like, look what's happening. Look at what the fur you're wearing is doing. Look at what this leather is coming from. Look at the suffering eating certain things comes from. But there's no hate. When people, especially lately, when people comment on anything I post like that, sometimes it's defensive and sometimes it's just polite. But either way, I try to be nice now. I used to just get upset. And don't be that vegan. Don't be the one that like attacks people. I don't think I ever did. But don't be one of those people that gets into arguments. At the end of the day, I just have to go, well, that's your opinion. This is my opinion. I was just sharing my opinion. And if you didn't like it, I'm sorry. But it's there. But on the other hand, if you're an open vegan or an open person, we can have some amazing conversations. In particular, one dude, this is one where I did comment on someone's page because they were spreading some information that I felt wasn't accurate in the field of nutrition. Because a girl was like, I'm not drinking milk again. And the dude was like, well, and so I shared my opinion once, and he came back and was like, well, where's your evidence? And I was like, oh, I thought he was going to call me like a bad word. Call me a name or something. But yeah, he was very nice, and he was just like, well, what's your opinion? And I had like a long thing, and he replied with a long thing, well, I see your point, but what do you think about this? Do you think it's sustainable? And I was like, well, and at the end, neither of us necessarily agreed with each other, but we came to understanding, and I considered him, like, we don't talk, but I considered him a really cool guy, that we had this long chat. I think I was here. Yeah, I was here in San Marcos on Facebook. But yeah, it's stuff like that. Just, no hate in my heart. No, just answers for certain questions I've had, and some people have. So here's a video. But yeah, anyway, try to stay nice. If you want to watch it, watch it. It's 23 minutes. It's so long. So if you've made it to this point, congratulations and thank you, because that's really cool. And it also means you had a lot of time on your hands, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, hello to the vegan club. I hope everyone's doing alright. I hope I was able to help with this video and the last video especially. This was more of just a get to know me video. But yeah, I hope to make more of these. I hope to have an archive by the summer for the mentor program, since I won't be here to do that. But yeah, I'll have videos up, and feel free to request videos always. But anyway, I think that's about it. That's where I'm gonna stop. Yeah. Feel free to talk to me, message me, comment on here. Keep it nice. Keep it chill. I don't feel like arguing with people anymore. Um, if you argue with me, I'm just not going to talk to you at this point. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to help people. And if you're that staunchly against, is that the right word? If you're that steadfast in your ways, stuck in your ways, if you're that against changing, then don't talk to me. You know, you're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change yours, but we can still be friends. But just be nice. So anyway, that was a long video, and I'm tired, and I'm going to go eat. But I hope everyone has a great night or a great morning, and I'll ramble some other time. So I'll see you around.